Right, strap yourselves in because we're diving deep into the world of American muscle. The Corvette Z06. If you're new to Corvettes, well, this is going to be kind of like getting a backstage pass to automotive history.
It's more than just a car, you know?
And
The
what-
Z06, it's a statement. It's an answer to the question, what else can a Corvette be? And to understand that, we have to go all the way back to the beginning, to a guy named Zora Arkus-Duntov. He's often called the godfather of Corvette.
Okay, Godfather. I mean, that implies a level of influence that goes way beyond just designing cars, right?
Yeah.
What made this guy so special?
Well, Arkus-Duntov, he had this vision for the Corvette that went beyond just a cruiser. Like the typical image of a flashy cruiser, he saw it as a true performance machine, you know, a car that could hold its own on any racetrack. And he wasn't afraid to prove it. Just picture this. It's the early 1960s, and he's secretly tearing up Pikes Peak in a prototype Corvette, like setting records, turning heads.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They talk about a power move. So he used this basically to convince GM executives that a performance-focused Corvette, that was a good idea.
Exactly. That Pikes Peak run, that was instrumental in getting the very first Z06 package approved. And that debuted on the 1963 C2 Corvette. Think of it like the Corvette's track-ready alter ego. Like they took the standard Corvette, they beefed up the suspension, the brakes, dropped in a 360 horsepower engine, which back then, I mean, that was serious power.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that kind of performance probably came with some sacrifices, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
To keep that weight down and really maximize the performance, they stripped out anything that was deemed non-essential.
Oh, wow.
So no radio, no heater, not even air conditioning.
Wow.
Yeah, the 1963 Z06, that was all about a raw, unadulterated driving experience.
Wow. No AC in a 63.
Nope.
I guess they weren't kidding about being hardcore. So you've got this legendary debut. The Z06 makes a big splash.
Right.
And then it kind of disappears for a while. What happened?
Right. Well, you know, you have to think about the times, right?
Yeah.
It was the late 60s and 70s. Stricter emissions regulations started coming in, and the market kind of shifted towards these more comfortable, feature-rich cars.
Right.
And the Z06, with its focus on just raw performance.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't really fit the trends.
Yeah.
And so it actually went on a hiatus for the entire C3 and C4 Corvette generations.
So during those years then, what options did Corvette enthusiasts have if they wanted something, you know, with a bit more oomph?
Well, Chevrolet did introduce the ZR1 during the C4 generation, which had a Lotus-developed LT5 engine, pushed out a pretty respectable 375 horsepower. It was a powerful car in its own right, but it didn't quite capture that same raw, stripped-down essence of the original Z06. You know what I mean?
I see, yeah. So the ZR1 kind of filled a void, but the hunger for a true Z06 successor, that was still there.
Oh, yeah.
Was that what led to its triumphant return?
I think you could say that. By the time the C5 Corvette arrived in 2001, the landscape had changed, right?
Okay, yeah.
Performance was back in high demand.
Right.
And Chevrolet was definitely ready to answer the call. The Z06 returned.
Okay.
And it was better than ever. This time, it packed a 385 horsepower LS6 engine, a 6-speed manual transmission, lightweight exhaust system, all wrapped up in this sleek, modern design.
Nice.
Yeah. And, you know, the C5 Z06's return, that was a statement.
Okay.
Was a declaration that Corvette was serious about performance again.
Right.
And for those who thought that the Corvette was just about cruising and looks, well, this Z06 blew that misconception out of the water.
So Z06 is back.
Yeah.
It's more powerful than ever. But the car world, it doesn't stand still, does it?
No, not a chance. The competition, I mean, it was fierce, especially from rivals like the Dodge Viper and Ford GT500. These were cars built for pure speed and power. And Chevrolet knew they had to step up their game to keep that Z06 at the very top.
Okay, so how did they respond to that pressure? What did the next generation of Z06, what did they bring to the table?
Okay, so the C6 generation, which came out in 2006, that was an absolute beast. They did not hold back at all.
Right.
Imagine a wider body,
Yeah.
massive brakes capable of stopping on a dime,
Wow.
and a monstrous, okay, are you ready for this? A 7.0-liter LS7 V8 engine.
Whoa. A 7.0-liter engine.
It was massive.
That's massive.
It was. And it churned out a staggering, 505 horsepower.
Wow.
This thing was designed to dominate on the track.
Wow. So.
But it wasn't just about brute force.
Okay.
The C6 Z06 embraced lightweight materials like aluminum and carbon fiber,
Right.
which helped it achieve, get this, a 0 to 60 time of around 3.4 seconds.
Wow. That's supercar territory.
It is.
But was it still a bare-bones track monster like the original Z06? Or did they, add some creature comforts this time around?
They definitely recognized that drivers wanted more than just raw performance.
Right.
So the C6 Z06, it introduced some pretty welcome luxury features.
Okay, like what?
All right, think. Heated seats for those chilly morning drives.
Yeah.
A navigation system to keep you on track.
Okay.
And even magnetic selective ride control.
Okay, break that down for me. What's so special about magnetic selective ride control?
Imagine a suspension system that can actually adapt
Wow.
to the road conditions
Yeah.
in milliseconds,
Wow.
giving you a smooth, comfortable ride when you want it,
Right.
but then stiffening up for like razor-sharp handling when you need it.
Wow, so it's like having two cars in one.
It is.
A comfortable cruiser for everyday driving, and then a track-ready monster when you want to unleash the beast.
Right.
That's pretty impressive.
It was a game changer, and it really showed that the Z06 could be both a thrilling performer and a refined, enjoyable car
Yeah.
to drive on a daily basis. And that evolution continued
Okay.
with the next generation.
Right.
The C7 Z06, which was unveiled in 2014,
Okay.
that took things to a whole new level.
From what I've heard, the C7 was a real head-turner.
It was. The design was so aggressive
Yeah.
and aerodynamic, looking like something straight out of a racing video game.
Right.
But the real story was, under the hood,
Okay.
a supercharged 6.2-liter LT4 V8 engine.
Wow.
Pumping out, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
A mind-blowing 650 horsepower.
650 horsepower. That's more than some Ferraris and Lamborghinis.
It is.
We're talking serious supercar performance here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And for the first time, you could actually get the Z06 as a convertible.
Oh, wow.
Which added a whole other dimension to the driving experience.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
This generation was also the last to offer a manual transmission option, a 7-speed with rev-matching technology.
I bet that manual option was a big draw for driving enthusiasts who just crave that direct connection with the car.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But they also continue to push the boundaries on luxury and technology with the C7, right?
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
They focused on creating a really driver-centric cockpit
Okay.
with premium materials and sport or competition seats for maximum support.
Right.
And of course, you had all the latest tech,
Yeah.
like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and even a mobile hotspot.
So you're telling me the C7 Z06 was a supercar on the track.
Yep.
A luxurious cruiser when you wanted it to be.
Yes.
And it kept you connected on the go.
All that.
They really covered all the bases.
It was a remarkable package, and all for a starting price under $80,000.
Wow.
For those who wanted even more performance, there was the Z07 package, which took things to an even more extreme level.
Okay.
But then came the C8 generation,
Oh, yeah?
and that's where things get really interesting.
Okay, I'm intrigued. How did they top the C7?
Well, with the C8, Chevrolet made a very bold decision.
Okay.
Instead of chasing even bigger horsepower numbers with superchargers,
Right.
they went back to the roots of performance.
Okay.
A naturally aspirated engine.
Wait, naturally aspirated. What does that mean for, someone who might not be familiar with all the engine jargon?
It means there's no turbocharger or supercharger forcing air into the engine.
Okay.
It's all about the engine breathing on its own,
Right.
relying on its design and displacement to generate that power.
Okay, that makes sense. So what kind of engine did they put in the C8 Z06?
They developed something truly special. A hand-built, high-revving 5.5-liter LT6 V8 engine with a flat-plane crankshaft.
Hold on, a flat-plane crank V8
Yeah.
in a Corvette?
I know.
I mean, I'm no expert, but I know that's usually something you find in, high-end European supercars, right?
Exactly. It's a design that prioritizes those high revs.
Okay.
And that sharp throttle response.
Right.
And the result, an incredible sound. Like it's this high-pitched wail that'll send shivers down your spine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, think Ferrari or Lamborghini, but with this distinctly American growl.
Okay, I am officially intrigued. They put this, exotic engine in a Corvette. And I'm guessing it's not just for show.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
The C8 Z06.
Yeah.
This is a serious performer. This engine pumps out 670 horsepower.
Wow.
and propels the car from 0 to 60 in a blistering 2.6 seconds.
Wow.
It is the most powerful naturally aspirated production car ever made.
Wow, so they went from stripping down the car for performance to adding this incredibly sophisticated engine that produces even more power. That's a wild evolution.
It is.
Yeah.
It really speaks to the Z06's commitment to pushing boundaries,
Right.
and challenging expectations. And it's not just about what's under the hood. The C8 Z06 has a cockpit-like interior.
Okay.
It's fully customizable, offering over 11,000 possible combinations.
So on top of all that performance, you're telling me I can tailor the interior to my exact taste.
Absolutely. You can choose from a variety of materials, colors, options to create like a truly personalized driving experience. And for those who want to take things even further, there's the Z07 package with carbon fiber wheels and those aerodynamic enhancements.
All right, so we've gone from the stripped-down track warrior of the 60s to this technologically advanced, luxurious supercar with an engine that sounds like a European exotic. What a journey.
It really is. It's a testament to Zora Arkus-Duntov, his vision, and his belief that the Corvette could be so much more than just a stylish cruiser. The Z06 represents, like, the pinnacle of American performance, constantly evolving and redefining what a Corvette can be.
And it's done that while staying true to, the Corvette's core values, right? Power, performance, and that undeniable American spirit.
Exactly. But remember, the Z06's legacy isn't just about the latest model.
Right.
There are incredible Z06s from every generation, each with their unique personality and appeal.
That's a great point. You don't have to break the bank to experience the thrill of a Z06. A used C7 or even a C6 Z06 can still provide an incredible driving experience. It's all about finding the car that speaks to you.
Precisely.
Yeah.
What resonates with you? Which generation embodies the spirit of Corvette for you?
That's a great question for our listeners to ponder. We've taken a deep dive into the history of the Corvette Z06, from its humble beginnings to its current status as a true supercar contender. We've seen how it's evolved over the decades, pushing the boundaries of performance, technology, and style. And, if you're new to the Corvette world, we hope this has given you a little taste of what this iconic American sports car is all about. It's more than just a car. It's a legend built on passion, innovation, and this relentless pursuit of excellence.
So whether you're drawn to the raw power of the early models or the cutting-edge technology of the latest generation, there's a Z06 out there waiting to ignite your passion for driving.
And on that note, we'll leave you with this final thought. What is it about the Corvette Z06 that captures your imagination? Which generation speaks to you the most? Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep that engine revving.